Interested in taking your camping and hiking skills to the backcountry? That's great! Backcountry is a fantastic way to experience nature in its most, well, natural form, with as much solitude and wildlife as you can handle. After all, the best views in the world are from your tent, not hotel balconies. Let's get you outdoors. We'll look at a few components that contribute to planning a backcountry trip, including factors that affect the trails you choose, explain what fees and permits to expect, review the proper gear to pack, and provide some additional resources to help you with your planning. Each trail possesses characteristics that will affect how much hiking you and your group will be able to handle, and why planning a trip based only on trail distance is not enough. To ensure your group has fun and stays safe, it's important to be familiar with how much hiking, both distance and time-wise, your group is used to covering each day. Hiking along a flat path is not nearly as strenuous as a trail with many ups and downs, so checking out elevation charts of trails helps you better estimate where you'll be able to stop for camp each night in the backcountry. Then there's the elevation of the trail itself. Unless you live at high altitude, being at high elevation will affect your body's endurance, especially in the first few days while your body adjusts. So you may need to give yourself a few less miles in the first few days you're out there. There are seasonal factors too. In spring, water levels could be higher from snowmelt, and so there could be some stream crossings involved. Or it could be the worst season of all, bug season, and some areas that would otherwise be lovely places are instead swarming with mosquitoes. Your choice of a trail that's 2 to 4 days will most likely be within parkland. Whether or not you're traveling to a state or national park, you'll want to look into the access rules and regulations. Especially at popular locations and times of the year, reservations may be required to ensure campsites along the trailheads can accommodate the volume of eager hikers. For example, with Yellowstone National Park, there are park entrance fees. Backcountry trips are charged a per night fee, and backcountry campsites are extremely limited in size, most only allowing one group at a site per night. In the summer, it's encouraged to pay reservation fees to be able to secure sites along the popular trails ahead of time. Whether or not you have park entrance and reservation fees where you're going, you'll almost definitely need to register for some sort of backcountry permit. This is basically a way of letting the park services know where you are planning on adventuring, so there's a record for safety purposes. So now you have to figure out what to pack. You have camped and hiked before and already own a tent and sleeping bag. But with backcountry, now you're hiking and camping for a few days while carrying your supplies with you in a backpack. You'll need some different equipment and want to carry only what you'll need at as small and as light a weight as possible. Your backpack will need to be about 50 liters to carry your clothing, gear, food, and supplies. Hiking poles are optional but great for added balance and shock absorption. While you may already have hiking shoes, you'll want to make sure you own a pair of boots that can provide support for you, plus the 30 to 40 pounds you'll be carrying. Some of the easiest ways to pack light are with dehydrated meals and a small gas-powered stove. Boil water and pour it directly in the bag for cooking your food. You have to keep all your waste with you, and you should keep it in a bear-proof canister, which you should hang in a tree at your campsite with some rope out of harm's way. Water weighs 2 pounds per liter, and if you carried all the water you needed for your entire trip, you'd be weighed down in a hurry, which is why backpackers carry a water filter and a hydration bladder for clean water when they need it. Use water bladders with your packs during hiking, then detach from your bag around the campsite for cooking. Backcountry adventures don't come without some real safety risks. It's always a good idea to carry a whistle and mirror with you to attract attention in case of an emergency, bear spray in case of an encounter, and a first aid kit for any injuries or chronic ailments. While technology has come a long way, and there's some very sophisticated ways to get maps of trails on phones, watches, and other devices, technology is also prone to fail, and it's always a good idea to carry a map of your trip and a compass just in case. Trail websites are great for retrieving facts and data on the trails you'll be hiking. Elevation charts, topographical maps, total distance, reviews, and itineraries are the most common features provided. These sites and others will sometimes have downloads for your GPS devices to allow for maps to help your navigation on trail. Backpacker.com is a great resource for reading up on the latest backpacking news and gear reviews. There's features on trails, survival tips and skills, get recipes, and read Q&As from professional hikers and backpackers. Plus, their Trail Finder breaks your search down by zip code, city, state, park, or trail length. Since most backcountry touring is within state and national parks, these sites are a great place for maps, discovering any fees and permit requirements, and for reading blog articles like A Beginner's Guide to Backcountry Hiking Prep. Detailed information like weather reports and any trail closures at specific parks are available within just a few clicks. Make sure to reach out to the local rangers and staff responsible for the trails you're interested in with any other questions, as they're eager to help people like you experience the outdoors in a fun, enjoyable, and safe fashion. Now you have a basic understanding of some of the logistics and planning involved with a backcountry experience, and have some helpful places to go to get you started on your first adventure. So what are you waiting for? Now it's time to get outside and explore. Enjoy your next backcountry experience.